International students are an important part of UTEP's student population, representing 7% of the student body, or about 1,600 people, according to the website for the Center for Institutional Evaluation, Research and Planning. Despite this importance, UTEP is not fully invested in supporting international students according to need. In order to advocate for better support the international student population at UTEP, it is necessary to understand the challenges posed by this institution. First, we decided to hear the first-hand experience of international students.
And at the very beginning, my main difficulty was related to all the paperwork that you have to fill, and there is not a document that explains you what you have to do, or like a general set of steps that you have to follow. And there are many things that you need to do. You have to go to do advising with a professor that you really don't know who is at the very first time. And then you have to go to many different departments, try to, and in my case, I just came like 2 days before the class, the first day of classes. So that means that for me, I have to rush with everything, and I was about to be late to get my social security number just because of that. So maybe the university can tell you like you should come at by this time, you should do these steps, or somebody here with experiences before can like tell you the steps that you need to follow that will be easier for the students.
After being at the UTEP, I managed to get a lot of on my own, and there was no support from the university, and I had to do all the thing for my accommodation to accommodate with the system. And the second thing is that so it was a lot of problem for me to do the paperwork. So actually the university did not assist me to do all the paperwork. I had to go from one department to another department, and it was very so I also need the help from my friends, and which cost them a lot of time. So, and the next thing is that the Office of International Problem the program staff, they were, I think they were new and they didn't know about the system, and I get troubled with preparing the documentation like uh, to get my social security, and it took a lot of time, and I had to go to the international office for uh, more and for a lot of time, and it was a time consuming work for me.
After getting students' perspective, we decided to get an insider perspective from an 8-year veteran of the Office for International Programs.
So could you please tell us some of the difficulties or problems you have experienced or experiencing?
Right. So I was motivated to get that job because when I studied abroad, I lived in France, and when I got to that country, I was very welcomed by the Office of International Programs at that university. The way they treated me was amazing, and I got to know a lot of students. They helped me get an apartment. So when I came back to El Paso, I wanted to do the same for our international students. And I started working at the Office of International Programs in 2007.
Yes.
And it was a great experience, but I didn't understand like exactly what was going on until I was full time.
I see.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of problems in that office because they don't have a lot of resources. We don't have enough budget to hire enough advisors for our students. So we basically have 3 international student advisors for about 3,000 students. That's a lot of work, a lot of paperwork, and we have a lot of complaints from our students and faculty because they don't think we do enough, but it's not that we are lazy, it's because we don't have enough people and support to help us out. Right.
Shortage of staff. Okay.
Yeah, so when we have a lot of people who come from other countries, they're lost, they don't have housing, or they're not familiar with the university, but there's nothing we can do because we don't have people to help them out. Right, yeah, and it's something that we struggle with because we would stay every night until 9 p.m. We would come during the weekends, but still, there's not enough that we could do. Yeah.
From our interviews and research, common challenges faced by international students tend to involve complicated paperwork and visa requirements they are ill prepared for, a lack of any real guidance by the institution, and a lack of time to prepare for the experience beforehand. These issues stem from chronic underfunding and understaffing of the Office of International Programs. In order to redress these issues, it is necessary that UTEP provide a full complement of staff who are trained to provide guidance, give new international students prior time before the semester to settle in, and most of all, provide funding for expert assistance for this underserved student population. Doing so will ensure a more equitable educational environment and complement UTEP's goals as an international university.